a researcher injects himself with an injection, and his body starts to contort in bizarre ways as white froth spills from his mouth. When he rises from the ground, he is not human anymore but a zombie. He then bites 3 people, and within only seconds, the whole building fills with zombies. Many people remain trapped inside, with the door sealed and no way out. The movie officially starts with a researcher named Yang Kal contacting police and giving an odd message. Only people who survive will become tougher than before without envy or rivalry. Soon, everyone will turn into zombies, and their own blood is the cure. Next, we see a scientific meeting currently happening inside the building. The lead researcher running the meeting frightens when he sees Yang Kal waiting in the corner. He steps off stage to challenge Yang Kal, trying to convince him that what he's doing is unacceptable. But Yang Kal injects him with that same infection. The researcher falls down in pain. White fluid flows from his mouth as his body contorts, and within seconds, he turns into a zombie. Nearby people quickly hurry to help him, but the zombie researcher assaults and bites them, infecting them too. Soon, the infection quickly spreads as the zombie number rises. Seeing this, a watch officer immediately orders a lockdown of the building. Meanwhile, we see Si Jiang, another researcher at the meeting, hearing screams everywhere around her. In the disorder, an injured woman suddenly is knocked down. Si Jiang and her spouse risk their lives to save her, running into a nearby store with a few other refugees. Although the zombies try to follow, the refugees manage to secure the entrance. However, the lamps go out, concealing them from sight. When the zombies cannot open the entrance, they decide to work together and team up to break the entrance down. Before the glass breaks, Si Jiang signals the people in the opposite restaurant that if they switch off their lamps, the zombies will leave. A youngster inside quickly turns off the switches. Unable to spot them, the zombies move away. However, there is a promotional panel showing a human shape. The zombies mistake it for a living person and begin striking the entrance again. Now that the entrance is splitting, everyone inside faces serious danger. Si Jiang quickly devises a clever strategy. She ties several human-shaped panels to the injured woman's chair and pushes it outside the shop. As it moves, the zombies are attracted to the shapes, believing they are people. As they hurry to assault them, Si safely brings the people from the opposite restaurant into her shop. But a youngster is too frightened to cross, so Si Jiang's spouse risks his life to go and save her. Suddenly, a zombie suddenly assaults them, but he manages to shove the youngster to safety at the last moment. Si Jiang rushes out, drags the youngster inside, and locks the entrance. However, her spouse stays trapped outside. He runs into another shop to hide. Meanwhile, the zombies realize that the shapes they were chasing were just cardboard cutouts, not real humans. A zombie signals this to the others, and the crowd continues hunting real people. Just then, they spot Si Jiang's spouse, who runs from one shop to another trying to reach the remaining refugees. Sadly, he completely loses as the zombies overwhelm and kill him. Si Jiang is utterly heartbroken by her spouse's loss. While police watch the outside of the building, we see many zombies trying to smash through the glass to get out. Inside, Si Jiang urgently clearly warns the refugees that staying here will only lead to hunger, and they must discover a way out. She carefully explains that these zombies communicate among themselves, but they can still be deceived. She decides to try an idea. First, she cautiously covers herself with strong fragrance. When she quietly walks near the zombies, they mistake the strong odor for that of a human and start following her. Seeing this surprisingly succeed, the other refugees quickly take more fragrance and spray everyone with it, smashing bottles to spread the smell and pull the zombies away from the main route. This moment gives the group a perfect chance to flee. But the zombies are unusually smart. Before everyone can get out, they begin another assault. Si Jiang immediately quickly ascends and uses a match on a fire sprinkler sensor. Instantly, a lot of water pours down, slowing the zombies and giving refugees an early advantage today. When more zombies suddenly rush toward them, Si Jiang takes a fire sprayer and rapidly sprays them, defending her entire group. Although the zombies relentlessly chase them all the way to the lift, they still manage to beat them back with sticks and arrive at the third floor via the lift, where the watch team discovers Yang Kao, the researcher who released the infection and called the police. Yang Kao learns that the refugees used water to slow down the zombies. He laughs and calmly warns them all that water doesn't stop them. It actually makes them even more active. Once the water on their bodies evaporates into the air, the infection will spread through the air. The group takes Yang Kao with them, but he is much more smart than they expect. He halts the lift midway, and a zombie crowd assaults. Several unfortunate people are bitten, while the refugees attempt to protect themselves. Si Jiang and the others notice something odd. The zombies never assault Yang Kao, even though he is also a human standing right there. Meanwhile, a team of police and scientists reaches Yang Kao's lab where he conducted his experiments. They are certain they will discover a cure there, but an officer mistakenly opens a case, and a contaminated monkey leaps out and assaults. Soon, other apes exit from their cages, assaulting everyone inside the lab. The scientists discover these apes are contaminated. Just then, an officer suddenly shoots the leading monkey from behind. Once this happens, monkey dies. The other apes immediately stop, as if this first monkey controlled them all. The head researcher quickly studies Yang Kao's records and discovers that the infection follows a queen bee model. If the leader dies, the rest of the group dies too. If they kill the carrier, all contaminated ones will stop. Meanwhile, the refugees withdraw to the cellar. There they find 3 strange zombies tangled together. They carefully try to stay silent so the zombies won't hear their steps, and they quietly enter the watch room. On the screen, they see Yang Kao walking among the zombies entirely untouched. When he orders a zombie to bite him, the zombie dies instead. Si Jiang realizes that Yang Kao is clearly the answer to stopping the outbreak. They must go upstairs and seize him. The injured woman volunteers to stay behind in the watch room to monitor Yang Kao's movements through cameras. The group agrees and goes upstairs. They soon find Yang Kao, seize him, and take him into an office. They mistakenly think they have one, but they misjudge him. Yang Kao can command zombies with his eyes. As they try to move him, Yang Kao gives the zombies a slight signal telling them to assault the watch room and kill the injured woman. Her sibling, a watch officer in their group, becomes enraged. He wants to kill Yang Kao and hurries back to save his sister, but he is too late. The zombies break into the room. Over the radio, she says her last goodbye as the crowd assaults, leaving her sibling heartbroken and filled with rage. Armed with a blade, he bravely steps outside and kills the zombies one after another. Meanwhile, Yang Kao calls a huge crowd to assault the surviving group. They overpower the guards, leaving just 3 female refugees, who drag Yang Kao into a supply room and bind him. However, they still don't know that he can still command the zombies, even when his eyes are closed. The head researcher from the lab calls them with important news. If the first contaminated human is killed, every zombie will die. They check the watch footage and find that the carrier was the meeting leader. Soldiers are dispatched to eliminate him. Just then, military helicopters touch down on the top, and armed troops flood the building, shooting zombies along their route. The 3 girls holding Yang Kao are relieved, believing help has finally come. They open the entrance, only to discover a swarm of zombies called by Yang Kao. The zombies assault them and release their leader. While the troops keep fighting, they are suddenly attacked by surprise by an even larger wave of zombies. Their arms exhaust their bullets, and they are overwhelmed and contaminated. Si Jiang sees this nightmare and understands she must kill Yang Kao to stop it. She risks her life by tying a rope around a heavy counter in Yang Kal's neck and then pulling it. But she pauses, wondering who will create the injection if he dies. He escapes and confronts Si Jiang. Yang Kal orders the zombies to hold back because he wishes to talk. He openly reveals that his former co-workers would not support his study. Out of anger, he created the infection to remove human envy and unite humanity through zombies. As he speaks, Yang Kal starts crying. Just then, a new military unit arrives and takes him captive. As they drag him away, zombies swarm Si Jiang. She barely escapes into a safe room and gets a call from her colleague, who examined the contaminated apes. He explains that killing the carrier monkey killed the others. Hearing this, Si Jiang understands something crucial. Although the carrier researcher died, the zombies did not stop. Yang Kal is the actual carrier. Only his loss can stop them. Si Jiang chooses to risk everything. She leaves the room and pleads with guards to eliminate Yang Kal, but they refuse, fearing they will lose the chance for a cure. Si Jiang explains that no cure is necessary. Once Yang Kal dies, all the zombies will die as well. The guards dismiss her. As troops take Yang Kal away to fly him out, he uses his abilities again, summoning a swarm of zombies. They ascend the ropes and drag the helicopter down. The zombies break loose and begin a new assault. Finally realizing she is by herself, Si Jiang decides to act without approval. She calls her colleague in the watch room to follow Yang Kal's location on the cameras, while she hides herself in a dead zombie's coat to fit in. She quietly slips out of the building. Outside, the zombies are wrecking everything close. Yang Kal sees Si Jiang and orders the crowd to assault her first. But Si Jiang is smart. She covers her head using the coat, hiding her odor. Confused, the zombies start turning around in confusion. This makes Yang Kal giddy and angry. He forces through the crowd to challenge her. As he removes the coat from her head, the giddy zombies fall to the ground. Yang Kal suddenly stumbles, and Si Jiang takes the opportunity to crawl beneath a closed bus, pulling him down with her. When the zombies regain themselves, they see human-shaped adverts on the bus. Thinking they are real people, they assault, making the vehicle catch fire. Si Jiang gets away, but Yang Kal remains trapped in fire. As he burns, the zombies all catch fire too until Yang Kal dies, and the whole crowd falls, finally leaving the refugees safe. The movie ends.